Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here with another healthy heaping of all the tech news you need to know. And there's already a FedEx package at my front door, which means today is going to be a good day. So let's get to it. It is October 8th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. Tile is the Kleenex of lost item trackers. Basically, if you want to attach a tracker to something, you probably call it a tile. It may not be a tile, but you probably call it that, and let's face it, it probably should be a tile. Tile has the enviable position of being the brand name in the location tracker industry. It owns the Mindshare above all its competitors, and believe me, there are a ton of competitors out there. But then, Apple. Apple built a U1 chip into the iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro. The U1 chip uses ultra-wideband frequencies to help with tracking location and spatial awareness. One thing this allows an iPhone to do is point an iPhone at another iPhone and airdrop directly in between. Well, some speculate that Apple will follow this up with eye trackers, or Apple Track, or whatever their marketing team thinks is the best name for a tile, which means Tile could quickly find itself being just another Apple tracker. If there's any company that can unseat Tile in terms of mindshare, it's probably Apple. So Tile is fighting back by releasing a new sticker tile, and no, normally a new location tracker, even one from Tile, wouldn't be huge news by itself, but in light of the rumor mill, we thought it was a good idea to bring everybody up to speed. So let's stop stealing Tile's spotlight and let them shine for a few more moments, shall we? The Tile stickers were developed along with 3M to make them, sticky. It's the smallest tile yet, measuring at just 27 millimeters across, and Tile imagines that you can stick these to anything you want. Cameras, scooters, my son's phone that he keeps losing after he forgets that a video is playing and he leaves it on the couch where it gets shoved in between the mattresses for 3 days. For example. The range on the sticker is about 150 feet, and at the same time, Tile increased the range of its original trackers and slim trackers to 400 and 200 feet, respectively. Of course, the real power of Tile is the number of devices it has out there, because if anyone has the Tile app, passes within range of your lost item, it can report that location back to you, so that's pretty awesome. The stickers are coming out today, and they'll retail for $39.99 for a 2-pack and $59.99 for a 4-pack. Filling out the rest of a Tile line are the Tile Slim for $29.99, the Tile Mate for $24.99, and the Tile Pro, because it's for professionals or something, for $39.99. This podcast not sponsored by Tile. And if Apple does come out with a range of location trackers, this may be the last you hear about Tile, though personally, I think if Apple does come out with a location tracker, it's only going to reinforce the Tile brand for a little while at least, because everyone will be talking about the new Tile-like Apple product. Now, how Tile cashes in on that will remain to be seen. Because if Apple does do something like this, it'll be yet another layer of platform lock-in for Apple users. Tile is cross-platform, Apple will not be. So when someone uses their iPhone to track their wallet, which has an Apple tracker in it that was bought by an Apple card, well, you'll know they're in pretty deep. So here's hoping that Tile can weather this storm as it has over so many other of its competitors. We wish them well as we head into the roundup! Eric Zeman over at Android Authority continues his coverage of the Samsung Galaxy Fold, this time asking the question, is the Galaxy Fold a good tablet? The argument here is that the Fold can take the place of your phone and your tablet, but does it do a good job at it? Not to get all Bill Clinton on you, but it kind of depends on what your definition of a good tablet is. Consumption device? Check. Productivity machine? Check. Content generator? Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hulu is finally letting you download videos to watch while offline. Hey Hulu, glad you could join Netflix and Amazon Prime at the big boys table. The main caveat here is that you need to subscribe to the no ads version of Hulu for $11.99 per month, which really makes sense when you think about it. How can you be served ads if you're offline? All the same, we're glad Hulu finally saw fit to give its users the full airplane treatment. Better late than never. macOS Catalina is out right now, and it brings a lot of improvements to your Mac, notably the one I'm looking forward to the most, Sidecar, which allows you to use an iPad as a secondary, or in my case, thirdary screen? Well, you get the idea. Of course, I'm not positive my 2015 MacBook Pro will even get Catalina. I haven't checked yet, but fingers crossed I'll be sidecarring before long. This podcast not sponsored by the English language. Move over, Huawei, you've got some company. The US government added 8 more Chinese tech firms to the entity list, which basically prevents those firms from doing business with American companies. Unlike Huawei, who was added for national security concerns, these companies were added for human rights violations against Muslim minority groups in the Xinjiang region. These companies develop AI and facial recognition technology to help locate and detain Muslim minorities. SenseTime, which is the world's most highly valued AI startup, was included on that list for supplying software to the Chinese government used in CCTV surveillance, including smart glasses worn by police officers. Yikes. Well, it was the most highly valued startup anyway. Now, on the one hand, I see what Uber is doing. It's trying something out. Uber launched its helicopter sharing service a while ago, and 2 reporters from the New York Post decided to race to JFK to see which could get them there faster, a helicopter or the train. The results? Well, I'll quote this. One is a bumpy, deafening, and slightly nauseating way to get to John F. Kennedy Airport. The other is public transportation. Ouch, bro. Well, I'll let you read the article to see who won, and spoiler alert, it's a shockingly close race. At the end of the day, is $200 too much for a 6-minute one-way helicopter trip to JFK? Probably, but I might call it a bucket list item. And finally, astronomers found 20 new moons orbiting Saturn. And if that sounds like the kind of thing you don't usually just discover, well, you're kind of right. It's not like you're walking through a field and, oh hey, look everybody, a moon! It's actually a lot harder than that. You may have noticed Saturn is really, really far away, and these moons, they're not like our moon, they're like random rock caught in gravity moon. They're roughly a mile in diameter or so finding one involves spotting it in the first place. And did I mention that they're out by Saturn? Then you have to track this 1 mile wide rock to make sure its orbit is actually an orbit around Saturn. It's no small undertaking, but this does mean that Saturn is now leading the moon race at 82 over Jupiter, who has a paltry 79. Come on, Jupiter, you slacker. Catch up. So that's going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter at digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about digitdailypod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Dowd, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again tomorrow.